Hello everybody, welcome to The Grind. This is your Saturday show keeping you in the know. That's right, The Grind. This is just a little show that I put together once a week that puts you in the know of all the things that are happening in the foreseeable future. Usually it's within the next 6 to 7 days of what is really going down in the contest. And if you don't know already, we take a lot of info that's dropped from Frontline MCOC, so that's Stan from his MCOC calendar. Make sure to bookmark frontlinemcc.home.blog for all your information, guides and helpful stuff, including side quest information. And also don't forget to check out him on Frontline MCOC on Twitter. Also, we're going to be integrating a new spreadsheet, which is going to have info done by JJW. You can catch all the info from JJW on the following links and support the unofficial Marvel Contest of Champions podcast. So there are two types of things being integrated into this. Oh, unfortunately as well, just to let you know if you don't know already, we won't be integrating the Level Up Twitter account because unfortunately they've stepped down from covering these things. So we're sticking to what we know and what we have so far. And we start the Grind show off with Saturday. Saturday will see the launch of the new season of Alliance Quest, but most importantly it will see a revamp to the Glory store. I've been holding on to some Glory because I know there will be a lovely new store that will be well underway. This one will see reductions for those at Thronebreaker for the tier 5 class Catalyst Fragment Crystal, and as well the lovely tier 2 Alpha. So there'll also be benefits for those that are Cavalier uncollected to a degree, although uncollected and Cavalier seem to be sandwiched together, which isn't always the greatest thing. And also those that are lower will also get some benefits from the revamped Glory store. Sunday will see the reset of the Incursion's Milestones, so make sure to go and get your grind on for gold and dark artifacts. Alliance War at the time should be in mid-flow, especially as we're getting very close to the end of Season 25. Sunday will also see the completion event on for alliances, so if you competitively grind that as an alliance, it is on for you to go and do some quests and get some points. And now we move our attention on to Monday. Monday will see round 2 of the very special Crossbones Nova and Howard Arena, coupled with Red Hulk in as the basic. Keep locked to Marvel Contest of Champions news, as well as the Discord link. That'll take you over to Otrux Squad, where we've got the MCOC Journal Arena cutoffs, which gives you the full minutiae idea of how and where to get yourself those lovely 6-star and 5-star shards based on your grind and participation with the amount of points cut off. Monday also sees the reset of the Black ISO market, and also when it comes to Alliance Wars, what's happening, because we will be getting very close to the end of Alliance Wars seasons, season 25. And we will be mid-war, or just about to start a war when the day comes. The final two things for Monday is that the Black ISO market, as normal, resets. It's important to get and grab your stuff while you can. Also, Alliance Wars will be on at the time, so if you're setting up stuff, then do bear in mind, we're coming close, we're not just there. I think this will actually be the final war that we will be doing before it ends. On to Tuesday, and there's nothing really to report except for one major thing. And that is that Alliance Wars Season 25 will come to an end. For some, looking forward to it. For others, not so much, who maybe wanted a bit more from it. On Wednesday, the Tier 1 Alpha Arena is back, especially for those that want to grab it. I'm still like flummoxed as to like why we don't have a Tier 2 Alpha Arena, but I can imagine Kabam leave that as more of a premium thing and slotted item into the likes of the story content and as well Glory store. But it would be nice to see something down the line, or if not, something slotted in to that arena, say like do a certain amount of points and get yourself a chunk of Tier 2 Alpha. Also, you could enlist into war or be playing war around this time. I'm sure that a lot of players will be very disinterested with doing Alliance War, but for others, they may be interested. And the final thing for Wednesday, and do take this with a pinch of salt, because people are rumouring that Variant 7 will be on Wednesday. Now, I don't think this will be the case, especially 1 week after the content for the month has gone live. I personally think it's going to be around the 21st of April. So I don't know if that is going to be the case. So it may go live or it may not. I would expect that by this time this video coming out, that Kabam would have put out a very in-depth look at nodes, champion global buffs and stuff like that. We know hashtag heroes are going to be the ones to kind of like work in and look at to for doing damage. But at the same time, you would have expected that info to have already dropped, or to drop on the Monday, but it's still very much under rumour, so I'm not going to confirm it until I know that it's actually true. We're now coming to the end of the week and what's dropping for Thursday. Also, one more thing before I forgot, for Wednesday is that X-Men use the Alliance event is on for those that may want to participate in it. Now on to Thursday, which is a very important day for people that want to grab a certain champion as a 4-star basic from the arena. Now based on the scheduling, it looks like Cosmic Ghost Rider will enter into the 4-star basic. A lot of players will want to grind out for that, and I'll do predictions on Wednesday's edition of Marvel Contest of Champions news. Also, it's very likely that the accompaniment champion will be the featured champion of Jabari Panther. And also it's likely that some of you will be doing Alliance Wars. That will be an opt-in thing. Whether or not some alliances will off-season or will, that will be up to the Alliance, but it should be on. Now the final day we're going to talk about is Friday, before we get into my tip of the week. Well, Friday sees the Incursion milestones reset. It seems like we've only just seen the reset of them in this particular video schedule, but yeah, they are resetting again. And I would feel that the other thing that will be dropping on Friday will be information about the upcoming variant. It could also be the Monday, and this is something that we'll try to kind of say, look, by next time I do the grind show, if it's not information on Wednesday and it's not information on Friday, then when I come to prep the grind show for the following weekend, so next Saturday, at least we'll get an idea. It's either going to be the Monday for info or it's going to be a little bit later on, but we'll have to see. Keep locked to the channel for more info on that. But yeah, we could have information about the new variant if it's not been out, or if information has not gone to the forums about the nodes, global buffs, and hashtag hero interaction. Now I must go over the top tip of the week. This one is centered around Contest of Realms. In particular, how you end up getting the most from it and how it's so much of a risk factor for those that aren't interested with the objectives. I've covered this quite a bit on the channel, but I thought it was probably best to kind of do a little bit of a reminder. You have an option. You can either go day by day in and complete the Contest of Realms. You can grab your key by doing your objective. You can go in and grab your stuff and you can complete. And you can complete and grab the objective. And that's something you can do. There are and is an other alternative to this, and that is that you could hoard your keys. Hoarding your keys will either be a case that you will go in on one specific day, to say you're testing the waters around about the last 4 or 5 days, going in and seeing if there's a good route. If there's a good route, it means that you will be able to pick up a large amount of 6-star shards. Just doing a quick kind of calculation, if we get the calculator, and I'll just show you on screen right now. If we have in that particular quest, you get lucky and have 500, and say this has to be done in the last 4 days, or even a little bit longer, you will have 500 shards on the paths to grab. You get to that 500, and say you're doing it for 20 times with 20 keys, you will get 10,000 6-star shards. That's how you theoretically will get a fully formed 6-star. But there is the risk factor. Every time you go in, that you may or may not get the stuff. And again, you will sacrifice as a result of not completing, because here's how it works. You go into the quest, you see all the lovely items on the path, and you're like, hey, I want more of that. That's cool. Grab all the stuff on the paths, then quit. Go back in again with another key and do the same. And as I said, you will not be able to do this until the final days of the quest, or towards the end. Could be a case that you do it on the last, I don't know, 7 days, 8 days of the quest. And then you can do that multiple of 20, as I said, 20 times the 500 equals the 10,000 of the 6-star shards. It may or may not play out like that. It will be down to RNG risk, but will that risk be reward? Especially if you are going to sacrifice your objectives. For me, I want to get more tier 5 class catalyst. And even though that it's not a huge amount, huge chunk, it's still something, and I want to at least kind of grab that. And that's your choice, really. And that's right at the bottom there for those that do this. I'm not quite sure if there's one for, I'm going to assume there's one for those that are uncollected Cavalier. Well, I suppose this is actually Cavalier right here. So those that are Cavalier and Thronebreaker, so anything below, that's going to be another thing as well. But, you know, that's the other thing as well. You will sacrifice your objective for the Awakening Gem, which, look, some people will be fine with, and also that's really it. Really, that is the tip there. Why, and explaining a little bit about the risk factor and giving like a tips on that. You can do it, but you need to do it towards the end. I'm probably going to do this as a separate video as well, and just kind of like deep dive it, especially with like doing the exploration of the quest. But I just feel that it's important as soon as possible to give this info out to you, why it's so important to understand the current side quest, what is the best practice with it, whether or not you want to play the risk game, and it is a case of like ultimately rolling the dice, but you have to wait for a good chunk of this month to be over before making that decision. But in any case, that has been the top tip. That has been as well a little bit of an overview, and also that's been the Grind Show here on Saturday. Hope you have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing. Make sure to support the content by hitting the like button, subscribing with post notifications on all, checking out some recent content posted up there, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.